which should come first? Is it the psychological well-being of our child, or is it the money?
Do we really care?
Oh yeah, we should care.
Z mothers.
It's not Gen Z mothers,
Okay.
actually.
21st
It's just like
century
saving the contents you put out there.
Okay.
So let's say, for instance, they come across such video. That is a very, very bad profile for the person. Even if it's for something that was done 50 years ago. Do you understand? There are companies that have a reputation. They would not employ that person.
They won't. It's a wonderful day from all of us here at the Governors TV podcast. Right here on our show with my full chest. You know, we say it as it is. We don't hide anything. We bring it out to you through facts, nothing added, nothing subtracted. So on today's topic, it's something that it's a topic that has really made me have a second thought about what social media implication is becoming to look like all of a sudden, especially where sharenting is. Now, sharenting is a way of bringing up your child to the social media, introducing your child, toddlers, babies, and even minors to the social media space. Now, in this studio today, I have two personalities. Yes, Mr. Obinna, right there from my far right, who is a business mogul and also an expert when it comes to doing anything business. Yes, and of course, here with me is Miss Chinenye, who is a certified child tutor. Yes, she has a wild experience when it comes to teaching children and, of course, educating children, especially with the use of social media. So, Ms. Chinenye, you're welcome to today's episode. Say hi to my viewers out there. And from my far right is Mr. Obinna, who is a business mogul. Yes, he does business and is really doing fantastic in it. He has been here for quite some time now. Look at his face very well. Yes, Mr. Obinna. It's a pleasure to have you on today's episode.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
for
please.
another privilege.
Yes, as always.
Happy New Year to our viewers.
Happy New Year. You know, here we would say it as it is. With my full chest. That's what we're all about. Now, for parents who bring their children up on social media, we are talking about you today. We call it the sharenting. The sharenting of children on social media. Okay? You bring up your child, your minor, your babies, right from the womb, right from inception. Some even bring out their pregnancy test tube to tell everybody I'm pregnant, and then they take us all through the journey of pregnancy, when the child is born, how the child is growing up, what the child eats. You even see some packaging the children's lunch boxes to school. So I have guests here to really drill on this issue, I beg your pardon, and they will be talking very, very deeply on this topic. So if you're a parent here, if you're a parent in waiting, if you're a lady who intends to be a parent tomorrow, please listen to us. Ms. Obinna, I'm starting from you. This issue has really brought a lot of controversies on the social media. Some persons are saying, why won't I bring my child on social media? Are you the one that carried the child for me? Are you the one to tell me what I'm going to do with my child? And all of that. What do you have to say? Please be as real as you can, please.
Yeah. Well, sharenting has a lot of disadvantages. That's what I came here to say. You know, first I want to say thank you to, with my full chest, or will I say the Governor TV, for this opportunity, because most parents don't even know what sharenting is. You know, like she said, sharenting is a combination of two words, sharing and parenting.
Yeah.
It's a situation whereby you share, private information of your kids online. It could be pictures, videos, or names, personal information.
Yes.
And most people do this ignorant of, the risk factors surrounding it. Yeah, exactly. They just do it for fun. But they don't know that these things can turn around and come back exactly in the future.
Yes.
Because these kids don't know what you are doing to them now. But when they grow up, they might not be happy with what you have done in the past. So I thank God that we are discussing this today, because this is something that is affecting our society.
Definitely.
Today.
So as a businessman that you are, do you think that as a parent, you should come out with your child to make the views, especially now that we've been monetized? You know, in Nigeria, we're monetized now. So everybody wants to do what they can do, to make that dollar. You know, Max Dollar is very. Have you tasted Max Dollar before? Max Dollar tastes
Really big,
different,
massive.
Yeah.
massive, gigantic.
Yeah.
So, don't you think, as a parent, come on, it's just something you just do, just carelessly, and you get money.
Yeah, I think this sharing thing has become very common because of the money aspect of it. You know, because of since Facebook got monetized, TikTok, and the rest. You know, people now do a lot of crazy things online for the money.
Including bringing their children
Yeah.
to social
But
media.
what we should ask ourselves
Yes.
is which should come first? Is it the psychological well-being of our child, or is it the money?
Do we really care?
Oh, yeah, we should care.
Okay, so Mr. Naya, over to
Yeah,
you.
because tomorrow it will definitely come back to you.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we should be very, very mindful of what we put out there. You know, we have priorities in life. We should know which one is priority one, which one is priority 2. Our child's well-being should be our first priority before we talk about money. Yes, you can make money with your child online, but to what is it at the detriment of your child's psychological well-being?
Do
You
they
know,
really care?
They should care. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, let me listen to what Miss Chinenye has for us here today. Miss Chinenye, what's your take on this topic?
Okay, just like Mr. Obina said,
Mm.
parenting is all about parenting and sharing. And I actually think it's not just about the money. Parenting is quite educative. Just like educating new moms or soon to be moms on how or what it looks like to be a parent. So, parenting is very, very, very educative. Then, looking at the advantages, number one, there's education, there's money, there's lots of money actually, and then there's memories. Let me just start with these 3. So, imagine your child going up to beautiful videos and like, oh, mommy, is this what I look like when I was 2 years? Like, yes. This is how you cry. This is how you scream when you're hungry. Okay. Coming down to the money aspect. Aside adult content, nude content.
Okay, you mean nudity?
Yeah. I think minor contents are the most viewed.
That are
And-
topping right now.
Yes. And it fetches lots of money. And obviously we're in the 21st century. What do you think? This is the
whole niche,
Yeah.
or the whole story now.
exactly.
So you're trying to say it's educative.
Yes.
It's very
it is.
educative.
Very, very.
Okay, and
Very, very.
also gives people who want informations,
Exactly.
people who are longing for informations as such,
exactly.
you know, the opportunity to beckon on one. So, Miss
Exactly.
Obina, you've been quiet for a while now, and I'm trying to understand what
You know,
the problem
I was
is.
actually listening to what she was saying because, and you know, we are talking about sharenting, and sharenting has to do with okay, let's look at the future implications of sharenting.
Yeah.
Let's look at this scenario that happened on social media. I don't know if our viewers know about Nkubi.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, the Nkubi man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it trended some weeks ago.
exactly. He
Is
got
this
married.
trending?
This is trending,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, he got married to a very beautiful tall girl.
Yes.
But they gave birth to a replica of Nkube. You know, these days people on the social media are making mockery of the child. Now
true.
the child might not know the implications.
At all.
But what happens when this child grows up?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
If this child goes back, and one thing with the internet is they don't forget. If this child goes back to videos and posts of where she was, you know, ridiculed and she was
Called
made
all
mockery of.
sorts of names.
Exactly.
Some person said where she was even aborted was better.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, very terrible derogatory
This kind of thing can
statements,
make
yeah.
this girl or the child have emotional breakdown.
Self-esteem.
Exactly.
Very low one.
It might even go as far as even going to confront the parents and be like, why should you even put out my
It
pictures
will
out
even
there?
affect her self-esteem.
Oh, you are even getting my point
yeah,
now.
that is why I mentioned what to post and why. Before you make a post, before you make a documentation, why are you putting up this documentation and what are you putting up?
So
If
what
it's
are
not
you?
for educative reasons, I don't think it's.
So are you saying it's good or it's not good?
As
It's good.
in-
We are looking at the
I want
good
to
side.
understand
I think the
something.
good side is more than the bad side.
Okay, let's look at
Yeah.
the bad sides now.
Okay.
Okay, do you know that in abroad, people, because of sharenting, people steal people's identity. Let's say a parent who starts posting about the child from the time the child is, let's say, 1 year, 2 years, every birthday, school activity. Some parents even go as far as posting when a child is even using the restroom. Do you understand?
Potty training.
Exactly. Do you know that in abroad it's easy to steal people's identity? You know the kind of technologies they have there, we don't have them here.
Yes.
I saw a story, or I read a story where a 16-year-old girl went to get her license from the driving license, whatever, and she was told that she's already registered.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
And she's not a twin or anything.
She's not a twin or anything.
So who stole her identity?
Because there is someone who has
Wow.
exact profile that she has. How? Because
Knows
the parents
her age, knows everything.
exactly the parents has been posting about this girl since she was born. They made her debut even when the mom was even doing ultrasound. That was when the girl came into the internet.
Can you imagine?
They post where she goes to
From
school,
the womb.
the names of her teachers, everything.
Whoa.
Every information about this girl is out on the
out
internet.
there.
So someone else stole her identity, and she couldn't even register again for the licenses. That is one factor.
Wow.
What about the factor of bullying? I read a story again about a woman who is in this women's support group. Innocently, she went to the support group. She told her fellow mothers that her child, who is 7 years old, still pees on the bed. Do you understand? She sends a picture on the group to show the other mothers that see my child is still peeing on the bed. Do you understand? Just
There
seeking
was an evidence.
yes, exactly.
Oh.
Seeking for advice innocently. It's just like where people that have groups where they share.
I
Do you
understand you very
understand?
well. I'm just trying to understand
This
the
woman was
implications
just
of what
ignorant of. She had nothing in mind. She's not making money out of it. She just needed advice. What should I do about my child? Do you understand? This child grows up, and exactly the same picture she posted, he saw it from his classmate, who is a bully.
And they ridiculed the child.
Like
Seriously?
he couldn't even stand the picture.
Oh my goodness.
He went
That's
home.
emotional damage.
Let
Oh
me
my
tell
God.
you, and most parents don't know that this thing can also come back to them at last. These things happen more in abroad.
It's just like
It
karma.
happens more in abroad, not even in Nigeria. There are children who go as far as going back to their homes to challenge their parents.
Some even commit suicide.
Which means you're getting my point
some
now.
also
I'm not
I'm
talking-
actually-
I'm actually a child who shot the parents. Yes. Back then in America, there was a
Exactly.
story that went viral. The child shot the parents, and everything was on camera because she was trying to ask for something from the parent, and the mother was videoing. The mother was videoing the child's aggressiveness and all that. The child just went in and brought a bullet and shot the mom.
Let's
That's it.
just imagine that your 10-year-old boy, his picture, let's say his naked picture is online, and he grows up and turns 18, and he sees his picture on let's say on an enemy's phone or something. Do you understand? And he takes this picture and he goes home and will be like, "Mom, how is this picture on this guy's phone?
I'm just trying.
How is this picture on the internet?" You will be speechless.
That's not my.
There are kids who are crazy. They might go as far as hurting you, the mom,
Yes.
because of what they have been ridiculed in school.
Damaged them
And
already.
you know how schools are with bullying.
You've damaged them.
These things
already.
can make them go crazy.
Imagine your peer ridiculing
Which
you.
means you are getting my point right now.
Yeah.
There are a lot of factors to consider.
That is why I mentioned guidelines. There should be guidelines too.
What sort of
Whatever.
guidelines?
Now you see someone like MC Mbakara.
Mbakara.
You know him, right?
Yes.
He has an autistic child. He doesn't put up that child on social media. He doesn't. He could snap a family picture and that child is not there. They could go on family vacations. The child is there, but she's away.
Yeah.
Because of the very first time they tried to bring that child up on social media, the whole internet went gaga.
Yeah.
So you have this kind of child. Oh, you're a wicked parent. God forbid. How did this child come in? All of those questions started coming up. And this is me here thinking, has he done anything wrong by putting up his child who is autistic? There are parents who want to be proud, who want to make the child feel among.
Yeah.
I've seen parents abroad whose children are also autistic. They will bring their children up on social media to try and teach other parents. You know what autism is, right?
Yeah.
And amongst 50 families, we have at least 10 that have an autistic. I have taught autistic children.
Yeah.
So
Not an autistic
you've
child.
done that, right? So some parents want to just innocently bring out.
Yeah, most parents do,
You know?
do parenting ignorant of the risk factors surrounding it. They do it out of, let's say, just for fun or for memory's sake. So that's why I thank God for this program that we're having, so that you have to be careful what you put out there. You understand?
Yes.
I don't think it should be more than birthday pictures and pictures with friends.
No.
You don't have to go as far as sharing
saying
pictures
no.
of
Okay.
No.
You know Gen Z. You know Gen Z mothers.
It's not Gen Z mothers
Okay.
actually. It's
21st
just like
century
sieving the contents you put out there.
Okay.
You sieve the contents.
Mm.
Okay, just like an autistic child. I've not seen an autistic child before. They can be aggressive. Some of them don't speak. They gesticulate.
They are
You
non-verbal ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can learn from this family's autistic child. Okay, what about diet? There are babies you see, they are so big and looking healthy. There are moms that can come out and say, okay, this is what I feed my baby. I miss this. These are the drugs I give my baby. A mom out there can also learn and try it, and then it works on the child.
So you're talking on the positive aspect that it could work.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ms. Obina is literally telling us here
What
that
I'm saying is, you don't need to put it on the internet for it to work.
Privacy
Exactly.
is important.
It's very, very important.
for the security of the students. I don't know if I'm getting you
Especially
right.
their future. Especially their future.
Maybe they're coming out to contest for one
I'm not
position.
saying,
And
I'm
the
not
child
saying,
is naked
I'm
and
not saying
follow
you should
outside.
put out
Hey,
this
God.
nude out there. I'm not saying you should put out
Their
your
parents
child's
actually
nude.
do extra.
No, that's not good. That's not good.
Now, another celebrity that I really want to talk about is Korobidi. We know her.
Yeah.
Yeah? Korobidi, who dances,
Yeah.
who does all of this belly
Yeah.
dancing
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and she comes up with her children.
Yeah.
You know, she's separated from her husband. Her husband is saying, no, don't put up my children on social media. She is saying, they are also my children. I will do whatever I want to do. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at this point, you are left with the question. What she's doing, morally, for me, it's wrong. But because it's her person,
Yeah.
I can't judge her on it.
Yeah.
But bringing her children into it.
For what? For what
When
reason?
she's dancing on that, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it really nice to bring the children and the children are seeing mommy do that? Tomorrow they would want to, what's it called again? They would like to,
Yeah, they are learning from their mom.
cut that face. Tomorrow, they would want to emulate what their mom is
Yeah,
doing.
exactly. That was why
Yeah?
when we were starting, I said something about the
Would she,
psychological effect.
would she be
You
proud
know,
to see her children?
this will make these kids growing up. They will think like life is about public display.
Okay.
Drugs are banned in most countries, but if you look at drugs, there are probably some good sides of drugs, or there are things that drugs can solve. But what we look at is, does it do more harm than good? That's exactly what we should be looking at here. Does sharenting do more harm than good? You know that there are parents that video their children when they are having birthdays. You see minors, they will have alcohol. They will be partying and their parents will be videoing them and they post online and they get views and make money. There are companies, when they want to employ someone, they go to the internet to look at pictures and history of the child or the person to look at how he or she has been living his life. So let's say, for instance, they come across such video. That is a very, very bad profile for the person. Even if it's for something that was done 50 years ago. Do you understand? There are companies that have a reputation. They would not employ that person,
They won't.
whether you like it or not.
Miss Obina,
So there are a lot of disadvantages that deals with this sharenting.
as a parent, you should know things to put out there.
Okay.
You should.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
If the government should come out now and say, we want to ban sharenting, we don't want to care if it has advantages or disadvantages, which is more. Which would you agree? Would you say the government should ban the parenting or to let the sharenting continue?
You should obviously continue.
It
should obviously continue.
So all the disadvantages I've been listing for you, and it doesn't make sense to me.
She doesn't want to
Because of the
agree.
money.
She
Don't
doesn't
you
want
get-
to agree with you
don't
at
you
all.
get-
So
The views, those posts. And
The views,
adult
one day your
content.
child will come out and use the AK-47 and blow up your head. That's
And
not
blow up your
doesn't make sense
brains.
at all.
Hello, Mr. Obina. Why don't you see the good part of this?
No, I can't take that risk.
We're in 21st century.
Yeah, 21st century, exactly. But
Uh-huh.
I cannot take that risk. Let's say, for
21st
instance,
century. Rather.
so Mr. Obina
Yeah.
and Ms. Chinenye, I would want to round up this very topic today on sharenting. So Ms. Chinenye,
Yes,
are
ma'am.
there some steps we should take as parents? Are there some levels this thing should be at? What are the things we should look out as parents bringing up our children or intending parents that want to bring out their children to the space?
Okay, I'm going to be very brief. I think there are three things to consider:
Okay.
what you are sharing, why you are sharing, and how much information you are revealing. Yeah, when you work with these, I think there's no need to spot this. I don't think there are disadvantages if you watch out for, or if you
This.
work with these three guidelines. Yeah.
Okay, so there are guidelines.
Yes.
There are rules.
Yeah.
There are measures.
What are you sharing?
that we
Hope
should
is not
follow?
your child's new. No, hope is not bath time. No, there are things to cop out. You understand? What are you sharing? What information? Is it educative? Is it an educative one? Does it have rather futuristic damages or implications?
at the end of
Thank
the
you.
day.
Then what information are you passing out? This is how to nurture a child. This is how to nurture an autistic child. This is what I feed my baby. What information are you giving out? Then you're
Okay,
good.
okay. So, what information are you sharing out? Are you following these three guidelines that she has mentioned? Are you following them at all? Before you bring out your child to social media space, you have to look out for these spots so you don't go by making a whole lot of mistakes. But then, do you know you will not be making a mistake if you're following us, like I rightly said in the beginning? Are you subscribing to our channels? Don't make that mistake of not doing it, or else all this sweet story then go pass you by.
You go miss.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank
I'll
you
see you next
all.
time
Thank
on the
you.
Governors TV podcast. Bye for now.